ChatGPT said, under a gray November drizzle, billionaire Victoria Blackwood visited her son Adrian's grave and was stunned to find a young black waitress weeping beside it with a small child in her arms. The rain made the cemetery somber as Victoria froze, her gloved hands gripping white lilies. The woman's uniform and the boy's delicate features stirred something strange in her heart. When Victoria demanded to know what they were doing there, the woman lifted tearful eyes and introduced herself as Jasmine Washington, a waitress who came to honor Adrian because, she said, he was important to us. But when Victoria pressed further, Jasmine's next words shattered her composure. Because Tyler is his son. The billionaire's bouquet slipped from her hand. For 3 years she had mourned Adrian's death, never knowing she had a grandson, let alone one raised by a waitress. Yet behind Jasmine's sorrow lingered a quiet fear, a sense that her story was only the beginning of something far deeper. 2 weeks later, Victoria's mansion became a command center as she investigated Jasmine's life. An orphan, overworked, underpaid, and barely surviving. Determined to save her grandson, Victoria summoned Jasmine to her skyscraper office. Dressed in a thrift store suit, Jasmine faced Victoria's icy authority. The billionaire offered $200,000 in exchange for Tyler's custody, insisting a Blackwood heir deserves more than your best. Jasmine refused, her calm voice defiant. You can't buy my son. When Victoria threatened legal action, Jasmine only smiled. You think money is your only power, Victoria. But there are things you haven't discovered yet. Days later, Victoria's lawyer called in panic. Jasmine had secured representation from one of the nation's top law firms, working pro bono. Simultaneously, Jasmine gathered her allies, a law professor, an investigative journalist, and her Aunt Helen, a retired business law scholar. For 3 years, Jasmine had studied, trained, and collected evidence of Blackwood Industries' corruption. When Victoria accused her of bluffing, Jasmine simply replied, "Truth is more powerful than money." Hours later, national headlines exploded with scandal. Empire built on corruption. Fraud, bribery, tax evasion, all tied to Victoria. Her empire collapsed overnight, her accounts frozen, and FBI agents arrived at her estate. In one final call, Victoria screamed, "Why are you doing this?" Jasmine's answer was calm and devastating. "Because you never asked about Tyler's mother." She revealed that Tyler's mother was Jessica Blackwood, daughter of Robert Blackwood, Victoria's cousin whom she had betrayed decades ago. Adrian had discovered the truth before his death and gathered proof of his mother's crimes. His accident was no accident. He had been silenced by the same people Victoria employed. As sirens wailed outside, Victoria realized her greed had cost her everything, including her son's life. Years later, in prison, Victoria met Jasmine one last time. The once imposing billionaire sat across from the elegant woman who had dismantled her empire. Jasmine came with news. Tyler had been accepted into the same academy Adrian attended, on a full scholarship. When Victoria asked why she'd come, Jasmine answered softly, "Because you're his grandmother." He asked if bad people can become good. Before leaving, she added, "Tyler is loved, and that's all that ever mattered." From her modest home, Jasmine watched Tyler play by the lake. The legacy of justice and integrity now his inheritance. Helen often reminded him that true revenge isn't destroying enemies. It's building a life so beautiful they regret not being part of it. Victoria had tried to buy family, but Jasmine showed that love cannot be bought, only built. In the end, Victoria lost everything that mattered, while Jasmine's quiet patience, intelligence, and courage restored what money could never buy: truth, justice, and the dignity of family.